Hey, welcome into another episode of the Seahawker Show with your host, Todd Fox. That is me. The Seattle Seahawks, 6-2, come off a very frustrating road loss to the Buffalo Bills just a week ago, where the defense was in a terrible scheme. Thank you, Ken Norton. And the Seattle Seahawks now go into SoFi Stadium here in Los Angeles, a game I should have been at, but COVID said no. The Rams are hosting them at 5-3. This is a big game because the Seahawks do not want to be in a first-place tie with the Rams and the Cardinals maybe by the end of the day. So they got to put up or shut up tomorrow as the big game starts. I'll tell you what's going to go good, or hopefully what can go good for the Seahawks to win this game. What can the Seahawks expose by the Rams, what they do good as well. So we're going to get both sides of it. I'll give you a breakdown, give you my final score prediction at the end. Just hit like and subscribe, please, and tell another Seahawk fan about the show. Hopefully you enjoy what I do and how I break it down. Again, it's a new show. It's not like I have a billion followers like Norbcam or something like that. I'm just trying to get my name out there and try to be a passionate Seahawk fan like all of you. I really appreciate the 12s, love the Seahawk fans. And I'm a Seahawk fan since '89, so let's do this. I want another victory. I don't want to go two-game losing streak, and I really don't want to tighten up this division. It's a good chance to put the Rams 2.5 games behind us if we get a victory. So with that being said, let's go to some of the tape on this one, because in this game, my opening thoughts about this game is the fact that, yes, we have no fans. It's in a brand new stadium. It's going to the defense is coming. The Seahawks defense is I'm going to ridicule the Rams defense in this video. So just keep that in mind, that as I ridicule their defense, I know the warts on this team. I know the warts on this team by watching them week in, week out. And to me, even though we have Shaq Griffin out, I think Dunbar's out this week. We have quite a few players. Carson's a maybe again, which the rushing game has really hurt the Seahawks, not being anywhere close to what it was last year, and injury prone and having to go with third and fourth string running backs. But the defense for the Seahawks has been injured too, and they've had key guys out. We've been bringing up practice squad guys, blitzing guys we shouldn't have to really blitz because our front line isn't picking up the pressure, but hopefully Dunlap has another good game this week. I know the warts on the Seahawks defense, and the fact too that the scheme has been so goddamn bad, and I'm gonna get into that too. But the Rams have a defense that is primed to be picked apart in this game, and the Seahawks. I mean, look, you got Aaron Donald, and Aaron Donald has 12 career sacks against our boy Russell Wilson in his career. He's a threat every time he's out there. He's going to demand double teams. We're going to have to run away from him. All kinds of stuff, right? The thing is, with the Seahawks, their offensive line has probably played the best it's played in 4 years. And so that's a part that's been a plus that I've been happy about seeing every week. Yes, Russell took a couple shots last week, but for the most part, I mean, the Bills had their ears pinned back because they had a lead and they were trying to put us away. So the Rams and Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey's their best corner. Their linebackers are trash. Remember, this team's in cap hell. They've lost a lot of players because they've signed a lot of stupid contracts. So their defense isn't what it was 3 years ago when they were in the Super Bowl. This defense is dramatically changed. Their linebacking crew is not that good. It's a bunch of no-namers. Their corners are Ramsey and just a bunch of guys. So I'll pick apart them, and I'll also trash our Seahawks, but I will also be positive about it because I love my Seahawks. Not trashing them as far as the hatred or anything else like that, but I'll pick out there. I'm going to be fair and balanced down the stretch. I always am. I'm not going to be like, oh, the Seahawks are superior. We're Super Bowl bound. I'm not myopic. I love my team. I know we could win most games. I know we could be undefeated, but there's things that hold this team back, and I'll get into a few of those. So with all that being said, I rambled a little bit. Let's get going. It's Saturday morning. I'm frustrated still from that Bills loss. So Seahawks will venture into the Rams. Let's see what the Rams got on their plays here. And here's one play real quick as I try to break this down. This is Henderson right here. Out of the two running backs the Rams got, I think Henderson's the one to be scared about. And when they run this stretch play to the left, this is against the Bears 3 weeks ago. Henderson gets the outside pretty quick, and they usually have a receiver right there, 17. I think that's Cook. He lead blocks as well, so they do tend to pick up yards on this play. So this is a play that kind of scares me. I'm going to pick out plays that the Rams do good and what they do wrong, so that's just what I do in the video highlights.
Backfield. He'll get the first carry for the Rams. Try the left side on for size, and that's a nice game.
And here's just the play action pass. They run a lot of gimmick stuff, so it looks like the play's going down here, but it goes north, and then Goff has the opportunity where if the linebacker or defensive end is not there, he can take off with it and run, or he could look to Cook right here, who slipped underneath the offensive line and goes one-on-one with a linebacker. So Rams try to get as many. I mean, they lead the league in crossing patterns. They just run a lot of crosses to confuse the defense.
Goff. The keeper finds Robert Woods.
Or Woods, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm calling him Cook. So Woods is number 17. Woods is always in motion. This dude carries the ball. He's like Brown for us. He's just all over the place. So
big playmaker down the field, number 17.
Think it's a Woods. There's Cooper Kupp.
And so they faked it to Woods, throw underneath, and then they throw like a little 5-yard pass. And if this is what troubles me, the Bears were playing back here, bit on the play action in the zone, and Kupp just ran like a little curl right here and was wide open, 5 yards, and turns it into 11, gets the first down. If Seattle plays anywhere close to what they played last week in Buffalo, the Rams will torch us. I'm just going to put that there. If Ken Norton does not switch the defensive scheme to where he has Trey Flowers 5 yards to 7 yards off the ball, playing the sideline, not the middle of the field, getting torched on slants, and then having Dunbar, which he's not going to be in there, but whoever's on the lower side of the field, playing 10 to 15 yards off the ball, it's going to be it's just they're going to pick us apart. So this is one of my biggest fears for tomorrow's game. And obviously screens right here. This screen did not work. The Bears snuffed it out. Seattle's done this pretty good recently, with the exception of a play I'll show you later on. The Bears right here are able to close the gap and not let him get out in the open, which is great, and get in behind these offensive linemen. So they actually played this one pretty good.
Screen to Everett. Nowhere.
View that last catch.
Again, easy pass.
Goff will try the other side of Johnny Munt. He swung around. See, they hustle up.
And see, yeah, this is the thing that they do. The Rams are very annoying, very gimmicky, very look. Sean McVay's like, I'm a genius. I love to do this stuff. This stuff's been done years ago by the Buffalo Bills, where that was the first time I seen it in the mid or early to mid 90s. Was they like to run a big play, then get down there and run no huddle. No matter what the score is, they're running no huddle. Now, that was the kind of Bills that did that 24/7, but this is the Rams that they'll run a normal offense and huddle and everything. Then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, they flip a switch and they'll run fast pace. So right here, they had just got a first down, or no, they just got a second down play, 7 yards, and Goff, without hesitation, gets everyone to the line. The Bears aren't set, and this is just an easy pitch and catch.
To the line of scrimmage now. Here's Goff looking to his left and throwing that way. It is caught. Touchdown.
Now, I'm not too scared of that kind of formation when the Rams kind of do that or kind of try to get them off guard. The Seahawks are used to that. And I've seen it plenty of times where Pete Carroll has adjusted and stopped that and not really had it affect him too much. And remember, this is a Bears team that sees the Rams maybe once every 3 years. Seahawks have seen the Rams, every year twice. So they know what McVay's up to. They know how gimmicky he is, and they know how he tries to be a genius and does all this stupid crap that tries to make him look more important than he really is. So I think the Seahawks aren't going to fall for that, but I just bring that out because don't be shocked if the Rams do get into a no huddle. I mean, I've seen it every game. They just try to act like they're smarter than you, and it's pretty pathetic. But if you fall for it, that's what's going to happen. But for the most part, I believe in Pete Carroll. They won't let them, and Ken Norton, they won't let them fall for that.
Only one is called, the intentional grounding, and now Malcolm Brown, 11. Golf and empty. Good pocket, has time to set up.
And see, that's what you can't do right here, too. Goff is not the most accurate quarterback. I think he's, in our division, I would say he's third with Garoppolo there, depending on who the Niners get, because I don't think Garoppolo will be back next year. I think Garoppolo's number 4 in our division as far as best quarterbacks. Number 3 is Goff, and that's barely over Garoppolo. And second is Kyler Murray, and, of course, our boy Wilson's number 1. But Goff is not completely accurate. Now, right here, he was accurate because he has all day to throw. And that's what scares me, too. If the Seahawks sit back there and let Goff throw, because if you can go back since Goff has come to the Rams, You can go back and he's had maybe one 300 or 400-yard game, but he didn't beat us in that game. We still won the game. Goff, when the Rams beat the Seahawks, they will beat them because their running game was superior that day, B, their defense was a lot better than the Seahawks, and they got turnovers. C, they do not win because of Goff. Goff has never single-handedly beat us in a football game. I've seen him lose plenty of games at the where he's not the man. He doesn't have the throw. He relies a lot on the run. So if the run is shut down, the Rams are in trouble, in my opinion. But if you also leave him back there, he's like any other NFL quarterback. He can't pick you apart at times. But then, like I'll show you right here, which contradicts what I just said, he has time to throw, and he still misfires. He's not the most accurate quarterback on top.
And fire and complete. Brown motions back. They got one to snap it. Just got it away in time. Here's Goff, able to complete to Reynolds.
So he can make throws like that, but watch. I mean, when he has time still, he still misfires.
3rd and 10. Chicago only rushing 4. Goff can step up and throw. And just...
What's that excuse? I mean, there was no one in his face. Nobody. And he has Woods wide open on the post, and he missed him. So he's not the most accurate quarterback, dude. I'm telling you right now.
Overthrew. Guy has it on 3 here. 3rd and 2.
And then here's what happens when you actually put pressure on him. He's a terrible quarterback like Garoppolo when you put pressure on him.
Goff has pressure from Mack. That football came out. That's a live football.
And again, Wilson was hit plenty of times, and I've seen him hit plenty of times over the season, but he was hit plenty of times last week. And yes, he did have one fumble where he should have saw the lineman coming in and tucked it, with the pocket collapsing. But he did take an enormous shot the other day where, he was blindsided. So I'm not going to chalk that up to him as far as being careless with a football when he lost a fumble. But I will say this, is that even when Wilson gets hit hard, there's times where I expect him to fumble and he doesn't. So he protects the ball really good. Goff is a fumble machine. He will fumble. You put hits on him, you sack him, he holds the ball carelessly. So here's just another opportunity where he turns the ball over.
And the Rams rally to that football.
That's why he's one of the
A different method.
And then here's your best corner, Jalen Ramsey. And this is not even a good throw. And Wilson can throw better passes than freaking what's his name right there? God, I'm blanking on his name. Foles. He could throw better than Foles. But look at this. This pass is not really the best long pass, and this is your best corner getting torched by a mediocre receiver.
There's Foles. Down the field. There's the target to Robinson. Been waiting for that all night.
But here's what the Rams can do again. Pressure.
Foles under some pressure. Not going to get out of there. Drop back at the 12-yard line. Justin Hollins scrambling to call.
Now here's what I'm going to show you right here. Again, Seahawks, this is the Dolphins blitzing. This is from 2 weeks ago. Man in his face, it's almost like Goff decides to say, you know what, close my eyes and just throw to the first thing that I could see, or last thing that I saw, which was this tight end right here. He does not see the defensive end that actually comes out of pressure and sits right at the first down line. He knows he likes to throw short passes, and Goff just closes his eyes, gets ready to get hit, and throws it right to the lineman.
All different calls. Goff was under pressure. The pass is picked off. He was looking for Cooper Kupp. Christian Wilkins comes up with the interception. First of his career. Looking to do the same thing.
And then right here is just picking apart the Rams defense.
From the 22 on first down. Tagovailoa throws, and the catch is made for a first down. On 3rd and goal to the end zone. Touchdown. There is a flag. Catch made by Devontae Parker.
Can we talk about the accuracy?
Can we talk about that? Now here's Goff again.
A couple of minutes to calm down. From the 25
and out to Henderson.
Toss, it is Henderson.
Again, that's the only guy I worry about running game. If they run to the right or the left, they could stretch or pitch. Henderson's got the speed, and he's kind of savvy and smart. I mean, the Rams lucked out getting this dude, and he can run. So if Seattle can, like I said, can control the run, I think they should be okay. But again, contrary to what I just said, the Bills only ran the ball 9 times last week, and look what happened. So Seattle's got to tighten up that pass coverage, because otherwise McVay, as a genius as he is, he's not going to be stupid enough to be like, hey, you know what, I'm going to change up the game plan and run like crazy against the Seahawks. No, he's going to try to throw 40, 50 times maybe, because of make the Seahawks prove that they could stop the pass. So this is just one of the other areas that I point out that the Rams can do right. I'm not saying they're going to do that the whole game. I'm just saying that you got to watch out for it, because they will try to mix it up at some point. Then again, they might just go with what the Bills did last week. So Seattle really got to get their ish together, and that's it's hard to believe that we're in week 9 of our season, not week 9, in general. We're in week 10, but the fact that we're still trying to figure ourselves out as defense, that's not a good thing. The only positive thing you could take away is we're 6-2 trying to figure ourselves out, not 2-6.
Will pick up.
And then here's a play right here.
New set of downs for the Rams in a 7-7 game off the play fake. Catch is made, and
that looks very familiar to a Seahawks kind of defense. There's nothing downfield. You got it covered, but you play too soft to where the running back is sitting there yards after the catch. So you got to watch that as well.
It's another Rams first down. Henderson
In our production meetings.
while social distancing, of course.
Oh, yes, of course.
Goff complete. It's Cup.
That was just a good pass. Now, right here, I want to show you right here with Goff is the fact that, again, if you put pressure in his face, this one should have been picked off, because, again, he just does not focus when he has someone coming in his face. He really just throws the ball wherever.
For the Rams, they must get to the 26 for a first down. As Goff throws, and that's knocked down, nearly picked off.
And then here's, again, Goff getting absolutely destroyed. Now, he was blindsided, much like Wilson was. But when Wilson fumbled, it almost looked like he didn't fumble when he was blindsided. He was sort of stripped. Here, Goff just automatically, his first reaction is like, ah, and let go of the football. And he just let go of the football with a womanly-like screech, and this is what happened.
Goff hit, ball comes loose. Dolphins have it. Across midfield, it's Van Ginkel. And he will take it all the way for a Dolphins score. Ronaldson.
And that little scream right there by Goff changed the whole complexion of the game.
Motion, second down and 9.
Again, blitz, and again, look at, he's already like, ah, close my eyes and just throw.
Goff picked off. He was hit as he got rid of the football, and Eric Rowe comes up with the interception.
Like you're surprised. Now, let's go over to the Seahawks. So that's what you can do to stop Goff. And obviously, Seattle blitzed and got 7.5 sacks last week. 7.5 sacks. You wouldn't think that when they gave up 44 points, but the amount of plays that were run by the Bills, the fact that Seattle finally started blitzing. But look right here. Now, you're not going to have Dunbar here to probably crap on this week, or I won't, because I crapped on him in the other video in the summary of the Seahawks and Bills. But if you see right here, Dunbar is superbly far off the receiver. There's a line of scrimmage right here. Here's the first down. He's going to start drifting back. This was a stupid scheme. And then up here, again, like I pointed out last video, you got Trey Flowers on the top. Notice how he's looking at the receiver Diggs. At the receiver, I forget who that is. Anyway, his back is facing the coaches, which means that he's going to cover the sideline, and he's going to leave this all wide open. He doesn't give a shit about this right here. He doesn't care. He's just going to be back here. And then Dunbar's like, well, I'm not going to get beat over the top, so I'm going to give all this right here. And it's just pitch and catch, dude. I mean, why wouldn't you not take advantage of this? And Goff, as much as I hate the guy and don't think he's all that great, and Josh Allen is far superior, I think Josh Allen, I think even Goff can take advantage of this, and he's not stupid enough not to throw there. So if you're going to give this up, and this is going to be your scheme, and you're going to rush 4, and you're going to sit 3 linebackers back here to try to take care of anything over here, or you're going to bring up Adams to try to add an extra rusher, it's going to be a long day. It'll be field turf. It'll be a track meet. The Rams will pick you apart. So, again, look at this right here.
On that opening drive.
That's too easy. That was a poorly thrown football. The receiver had to come back to it. Fell down and still got up and got 15. He accidentally got 15 yards. It's pathetic.
Pass, but hauled in by Gabriel Davis.
Gabriel Davis. Who the hell is Gabriel? He should not be that wide open. So, again, look at these plays.
Allen open near midfield. And
Again, Dunbar's way down there.
Brown.
John Brown had a great
Allen
game.
To throw again if he wants to, and he does. Inside the 35.
And again, like I said last video, the commentator, I mean, that's sarcastic as hell. Allen has forever. He can throw if he wants to. If he wants to! There's no pressure right there, dude. And that defense took way too long to switch up to blitzing. They got the majority of their sacks in the second half. They did not come out with any kind of ferocity in this game. They were playing prevent in the first half.
Beasley. Allen.
And then when you do get home, you don't make the play. That's not on Dunlap. It's just the fact that these guys come up here expecting him to run, and he just jumps off to the running back and
dumps it off at the 25. Moving his Singletary all the way inside.
See, I'm back to being frustrated. Now, here's a play that can happen all day against the Rams. If Schottenheimer does not dial up the long pass early and we do those first two drives like we've done the last 2 weeks, done nothing against the Niners, done nothing against the Bills, we're in for a long day. Seattle's got to punch him in the face first, and they got to keep the pressure on. But this could be one of their first drive plays because the Rams' defense is not that good, man. And they could get these over-the-top throws.
Russell Wilson sideline throw, and the catch is made. It's Metcalf. Dallas does.
They can get this too, the improvising.
The receiver, bottom of your screen. Saw Metcalf motioning as Russell Wilson throws and caught inside the 5. Knocked down around the goal line.
Here's what they don't want to do. This is 640. I highlighted this last week as well, or earlier in the week when I did the recap. Here's where Seattle starts to blitz, or starts to blitz here late in the second quarter. The Bills did this entire. I'm gonna show you their entire drive. They get no second downs. It's pure first downs. This is their entire drive.
Josh Allen with all day to throw, and on target, John Brown across the 40. Backups in there, Feliciano and Secchi and Ike Butker on that offensive line, along with Ryan Bates. But still protected is Allen, and there's Stephon Diggs. High-stepping.
He's high-stepping, guys. High-stepping.
To throw again, pressure picked up and open inside the 25. It's Diggs sliding at the 15. Allen open underneath, but not much there. Slipping a tackle is John Brown. He made it happen.
Great tackle, Dunbar.
Between two Seattle defenders. Josh Allen, end zone throw. That's going to be a Buffalo touchdown to Gabriel.
That's going to be freaking scary this Sunday. So I don't want that to happen. I know Allen's a way better athlete, but still, you don't even get a second down. Now here's what they have to do against Goff.
Allen on the move, and
that's what I'm talking about. That was a four-man rush. That's Dunlap. That's guys getting in there, making plays, and that's Reed, I believe. And that's what you got to do. Four-man rush, get to the quarterback, make him uncomfortable, and if you're going to bring more guys, do the same thing.
Tackle, ball comes out at the end, ruled down right away. There's one 400-yard game. Blitz is on. He's on the move, and they're going to get to him. He almost slipped out of the tackle of Jamal Adams. On a third.
Now here's what you can't do, because when the Rams do this same thing, the Rams will do the same damn thing. This is an absolute all-out blitz. Overcommitment. It's one thing to blitz and realize a passing situation is going to be there, and I know sometimes you're going to guess wrong, and when you thought you guessed right, I get that. Here's a complete failure and complete, I guessed wrong, and a complete look at the down right here. You're 27-20. This pretty much put the game away. There was still 12 minutes left. Okay, fine, whatever. But we know what happened later in the game. The fact is, it's 3rd and 16 at this point. Why the mother F are you blitzing? Why? Now, you want to prevent them. They're on your 35. You want to prevent them from getting any more yards, yes, to get a field goal to go up 10. However, blitzing in my mind does not do anything right here because the Seahawks are coming up field, all out blitz, thundering herd. The offensive line for the Bills is like, oh shit, let's just let them go. And they let them go. And they went ahead and should have broke this one for a touchdown. But the fact is, there was way too many dark blue shirts downfield and not enough white shirts. They were all upfield, focused on Allen and only Allen. Nobody looked after Brown. Nobody looked after Diggs. Nobody looked after anyone else. If they release you that early, you should know and feel that it's a screen of some sort. There was no awareness on this play. And this play was the worst call because if you actually sit back and play a zone on 3rd and 16, you have a better chance of stopping that opposed to just all-out blitz and not get home. So you don't get home.
3rd and 16, they go to Brown to try and pick up yardage, but he's got some blocks. John Brown zooming inside the 5.
That's pathetic. So, with all that being said, I know I criticize the Seahawks a lot, but it's kind of hard not to coming off a loss like that. Look, I love my Seahawks. Don't tell me in the comments or anything else like that because I love the comments and the criticism and everything else like that, but I will ignore the ones that the fact that I'm not a true Seahawks fan. I'm a true Seahawks fan. I'm going to call it how it is. And last week's game was one of the worst defensive games I've ever seen the Seahawks play. And I've seen a lot of bad football over the years, but even when Seattle was in their worst season with Cortez Kennedy winning the MVP that year, they had the number 1 ranked defense. They had the worst offense I've ever seen in football, not just with the Seahawks, but the fact is, I think it was 92 or 93 season. Anyway, the fact is the Seahawks, we're in a spot right now. Again, we're facing a 5-3 Rams. They're not as good as we are. I'm just throwing that out there. They've been a product of an easy schedule and getting all the bounces. They're not a good football team. This is a salary cap restricted team. The Seahawks, I believe, have better personnel. Now, they've dealt with more injuries, but I believe the defensive scheme has been the Achilles heel of the Seahawks. No longer has it been the offensive line that you could sit back and say it's their fault. They're holding back Wilson. Wilson's been cooking. We've had injuries, okay? Every team has injuries. Carson seems to, we haven't had Penny all year. Carson's out. Hyde's been out. We're running with Homer and DJ Dallas. So it seems like over the last 3 years, we've dealt with injuries. Okay, fine, whatever. Had defensive line issues, whatever. But the fact is that scheme and whatever we're doing up front and in the secondary is not working. And it needs to change. And let's start with this week against the Rams. Flip the script exactly from what we did last week. And let's get the W. I'm predicting a Seahawks 31-20 victory in this game. I still think the Seahawks score again 31 points. I think this is a game that is going to surprise a lot of people because the defense will play a lot better. Norton took press conference on the chin when he was talking to the Seattle media. Pete Carroll took a lot of questions about, are we going to fire Norton? Is he the problem? Is the defense the problem? So even if they were being myopic and just not paying attention, not listening and trying to say, okay, it's something else, not this, they've heard from the fans and they've heard from the media. So I believe this is a week something gets changed and Seattle actually mans up and we get a few turnovers and we freaking play one of our best defensive games of the year. That's just my prediction, but I got a feeling that they cannot repeat and they will not repeat what they did last week defensively. So that is my take. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Seahawks winning 31-20. That's my prediction. Go Hawks. Let's beat the freaking Rams. I hate them and all their bandwagon fans they have here locally. So with all that being said, please like and subscribe and follow, and hopefully that recap show is much better than last week's because that one was a struggle to get through. Peace out, everybody.